Alright everybody, welcome back to PSGL as we have more evaluation race action tonight with evaluation race 9 here at Belgium. I am not alone tonight as I usually am. I am joined tonight by Mr. IRL Neon. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing brilliant.
Oh, I should have said former PSGL champion. I forgot, my bad. But looking at this grid here, I see a lot of very, very quick guys on here. Who do you think has the advantage tonight to come out on top of the evaluation?
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to say Rafa. No offense to everybody else, but he's a very quick guy. One of the guys who I think is going to be possibly in the top tier. He's got a lot of pace on.
But I agree. I believe Rafa is going to be in tier 1 would be the no assist at all lobby. Oh. But yeah, I agree. Rafa should do well tonight. And you can't count out Black Phoenix and Skeven as well. They're always quick, and they're always in one of the top divisions. Hello, Big C. Hello, Gamer. And your buddy Lewis is in the chat as well, Neon.
Lewis Marshall.
So let's see. Got a big mix of flags in this lobby here.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, usually it's just a load of Great Britain flags and a few other flags now and then. There's good randomising of flags there.
It's like United Nations in here. Everybody's here, and everybody gets along with each other, so yeah, it works out. Hey, Recon, there is our lobby is at 7, and there's 3 lobbies at 8 tonight. Hello, Gavin. Right, so we're getting pretty close to that time. It is 8, or sorry, it is 7. We have 19 drivers.
I think people will be readying up soon.
Yep. Oh, there's the last driver. Just came on in. William Steve.
It'll be very interesting then with a full grid.
And I'm sure you agree that you and I could both take some notes tonight on how these guys attack this track, since we both did pretty miserable in our respective races for evaluation.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely need to take notes. I've got the notepad and pen ready, you know.
Yep. It's always good to be prepared. And I know, in general, I'm just miserable around this track. The more corners there are on a track, the worse I am, and there's a lot of corners on this track.
Yeah, that is true, of course. My worst corner used to be that fast left-hander where if you just touch that curb, you're just going to go spinning. It's actually not turn 1, which for some reason I'm having issues with. Hopefully none of these drivers have issues with that tonight.
Yeah, that long left-hander, that is pretty deadly if you even look at that curb. Like, you used to have to touch it to spin, but this time you only have to look at it. And then I believe they fixed on this game, one of the few things they've fixed instead of rebroke, that 10-second penalty at the bus stop for touching the curb. I have not seen anybody get that since I've been watching. So, that's good.
Well, yeah, they have fixed that actually, because when we were doing our at my evaluation race, Andre, Mr. Bottlehog actually tapped my rear doing a dummy, and unfortunately I lost control of the car, went past the whole chicane and didn't get a penalty, so I think that is fixed. With also the leaving and then you can cut every corner glitch, I think that's also been fixed as well.
Oh, it has been fixed?
Yeah, I think that is true, because people have left in other races I've done. They've not been able to corner cut with out penalties.
Cause I know Connor tested it about a week or 2 ago, and he said it still worked, or it still lets you cut corners. So maybe it's a account by account thing, because I noticed that if you left manually, it wouldn't do it, but if you lagged out and came back, it let you do it. So I don't know what it is.
As Will then has made it. Welcome, Will and Skeven.
Yes. Hello, guys. Good luck in the race. Or I know Steven's in the race, at least.
As we're still waiting for somebody, I think, as we have now started to ready up.
Yep. Let's come on. Take it off. The lobby looks correct too for the settings, so that's good.
I think we now officially are going now, which is awesome.
Yeah. $10 says it's a dry race.
I think you've won that bet already.
Good old Belgium. Belgium's a popular track in PSGL, whether it's going for a staple on the calendar for each season or a race of champions race. And most importantly, it is quite often a evaluation racetrack. So Belgium is a staple in PSGL. And I do bad every time we do it.
Well, you're not the only one, Matt.
True.
It's not my best track.
Where's our buddy Sandre who got disqualified from the evaluation race?
That is true, of course. He got disqualified, I believe, on lap 16. It's on the penalties.
Yes. That was the only other evaluation race I commentated on, and it was well worth it to see that. Anyway, let's pull up the map and all the telemetry stuff. As we've stated in all the other commentaries, it is a mandatory soft to medium race, so everybody's pace can be tested evenly. And even if you're outside the top 20, you must do the soft to mediums as well. If the game glitches and gives you a different tire on the start, you must pit on lap 1 to make sure you go soft to mediums. And it looks like Vettel will be out first. A little foreshadowing, huh? Vettel in the Racing Point.
Sure, Aston Martin, as it will be called.
That's true.
Officially drawn, I think.
Hello, Jess.
Gotta say though, the Racing Point this season, I know people say it's the B-Tech Merc, but it looks really nice this season. Hopefully I can drive it this season, of course, as Bell is taking his time on his outlap.
Yep. And everybody who knows me and what I do with PSGL and stuff, I'm always in the Racing Point to help with the charity I do. So hopefully nobody steals it from me in my F15 or whatever division I end up in this season.
Oh, it could work. It could be. It could be an F50, you know, if that even exists.
Yeah, a record. Definitely a record this season for signups in PSGL. I believe the tweet earlier said 336 people signed up to PSGL this season. Pretty sure that's more than double of their previous best.
Well, it's great to see as they went, I believe, when it was Saturday, F6 used to, they put that then on a Sunday, and it's good to see that PSGL have more tiers this season, and a lot more drivers, and a lot of newcomers as well, as Vettel then is about to begin his qualifying lap there, Matt.
Yes, he is, and I am on board. So first lap of qualifying will begin with 15:45 on the clock. Very nicely into turn 1. Feels like it's taking the cars forever. This makes it up the hill.
They look a lot slower.
Yeah. Down the very long straight. See, it brakes nicely. A little deep there, but recovers nice. It's a pretty good lap so far for the first sector. A little lock up there. The downhill right-hander, always a tough corner to judge the speed rate. This corner here, you go a little wide and invalidates your lap if you go onto that curb. And here's that curb of death you were talking about. Don't touch that one. What do you think the pole time will be with all these pretty fast guys in here?
Well, as I said, I think Rafa's going to win it. So his ball time, I think, it's be a 41, maybe a 40 if he actually can do that. I'm not actually following Rafa's pace because I haven't seen him race for a while. But I think it'd be 42s, 41s times from everybody today, and maybe some 43s. As well, that big lock up into the chicane. Let's see what time he does then. He does a 1:43.8 provisional fastest. Rocco's Phoenix instantly beats that and does a 41.6. So
very nice from him. I'm on board with Skeven. Oh, and he just invalidated going wide at Puan. Who else? We'll go on board with Rafa. The man all the pressure's on to be the fastest man on this grid. 41.5 from Will. Very nice lap.
And William Stevens pushing his left for session up, but he can return. Josh then was purple in sector 2 actually on that.
No surprise there. As he enters the bus stop. Very nicely. That is going to be a 41.1. So yeah, I'm sure 40s are possible for him. Hello, Mark. Oh, welcome, sir.
Well, here comes Behanin. I apologize if I got that name wrong. In the Renault, goes 4th fastest with 41.7. And now goes to 5th as Kaj actually goes 2nd.
41.2 from Eltink.
Nothing. Oh, both Alphas then 1-2. I haven't seen that. Before it's usually the Mercs or the Ferraris.
Yeah. Olek will go 8th in the Mercedes with a 42.9. Go on board with Pano, says he's about to cross the line, and that looks like a 42.5 in the Ferrari. Go down to Hypes. He's just starting to get toward the 3rd sector now. He's in the Haas for this evening. His weapon of choice on this track.
I think the Haas was going to be a lot better.
He just invalidated, so Hypes is done for this. Oh, and I just go on board with GFO, and he is around. I think he touched that curb you said not to touch.
Yeah, curbs are still a bit deadly. Still, there's some new curbs which are actually deadly now. As I am on board with Dylan right now in the Red Bull.
Same here.
Going on a good lap. Let's see what his pace is in Sector 2, which will enter Sector 3 as William has returned. It's 29.9. It isn't purple, so he isn't on for pole position. So we're maybe looking for a midfield lap, probably 8th to 10th in the Red Bull. And he hasn't got that much ERS actually to play with there, Matt. He's really running low.
Yes, he is. And he's about to run out before the bus stop. And he does. Whoa!
Ooh.
How is that not invalid?
I don't know. He clearly took that corner there. He gets away with it with a 42.5, so it goes 9th. So he was in the prediction where I said he would be, roughly.
Exactly in the middle.
Happy that he made a mistake. Yeah, exactly in the middle.
And Josh has just started the lap, so I'll go on board with him. As he gives us the grand tour of Spa. Very nicely. This game feels much better coming up the hill. You don't feel like you're going to end up upside down anymore. Purple first sector.
Yeah, that's true. It's good lap time there. But yeah, that is true. The handling is a lot more better than 2019. However, it's easier to lock up into the hairpin, I've noticed, for a lot of the drivers compared to 2019. It was not as easy to lock up. Always invalidate his lap.
Yep.
That's the track limits being a little bit more stricter this year.
I don't know how to say that name for the Racing Point. so I'm just gonna call him B43. Dana? I don't know. He just started a lap. He's not close enough to the Red Bull to get a toe there, but purple first sector from him as well as the Red Bull gets out of his way as he heads downhill to the right. Raf is still currently on provisional pole. We're almost halfway through the session now. That's for everybody who does qualifying. It's making it an 18-minute session instead of what it used to be 12. I think it was 12 on the older games. You actually get a few more runs at these long tracks, so.
And then they pumped it up to 18 minutes, which is a lot better, so you get around about 3 to 4 runs at certain tracks. Like Austria, you can get 4 runs. Here, you only can get 3.
Yeah, and it used to be 2 here. So if you invalidated, you're really flirting with disaster there. So he comes into the bus stop, and a B43 will set a 1:41.5. That's third. He just squeaks out Will.
Not sure that's a very good lap time. Couple of tenths off Eltink in the other Alfa Romeos. I've noticed both Alphas are on out lap, so probably expecting from Rafa then a 40.6 possibly. If he can improve on his lap time by a lot, because I know that's not going to be his best lap time.
I'll say a 40.8 this time around. In his last one, he'll do like a 40.3. As Panda crosses the line, and he'll go 13th with a 42.8. William Steve just started a lap. So has Hypes. So I'll go on board with William Steve, the McLaren.
On board with Hypes. One of the racing points actually lost it in the curve I was telling you about.
He's on he might be on an in-lap anyway, I think. Ooh, he got a lot of that curb, William Steve did, and not invalidated.
Unfortunately, Hypes tried to take some curb and he actually has invalidated, so I'll go on board with William Steve then.
Yellow out on the main straight there. Oh, a little white there by the McLaren. But still not invalid. Running low on ERS as well. Is it not possible to get a full lap of ERS here, or is it depending on how you drive?
It depends how you drive. When I did it, I got full ERS. Like, you actually can change ERS mode on the start of your lap to put it on 0 to disable your ERS. So I don't know, as William there actually does it to the end there until it runs out. So it is possible.
Yeah.
It just depends how you drive and how you accelerate through corners, I'm guessing. As he takes 8th with a 42.1.
Rafa is almost a tenth up on his time as he's coming into the bus stop. So he's looking at a 41 flat right now. Disqualified for blocking the pit lane. 40.9.
Well, at least we got somebody in the 40s then, and actually he's not the only one. His teammate's done a 40.9 as well. Wow.
Wow, 9 thousandths. Rafa's going to have some company this season, maybe.
Yeah, that looks the case indeed. There's possible teammates if they end up in the same tiers. They're really close to each other.
Yeah. If they ended up being teammates, that'd be a good rivalry to push each other to get better. Having somebody that close to your pace.
Yeah, that is true, of course.
I'm on board with Alex as he is coming up toward Deadly Curve.
Takes it in 6th there though. You can take it in 7th flat. You just leave it in 7th and then just accelerate. There's no need to put it in 6th because possibly maybe for better on turning, but it makes you slower. Let's see what he is in 6th too then.
I just do whatever Garrett tells me to. It's looking like a pretty clean lap so far from what I've seen.
That's got the other McLaren ahead, which I think is going to start lap soon, so the McLaren gets out of the way.
Actually, I think he's on in lap because that's William.
Oh yeah. Here comes Alex then. Will he beat his team at 16th?
43-1.
3-1. The only two people who haven't set a lap time is Pro, who's been disqualified, and Hypes, who's in the pits.
I believe Josh is on a lap. Yes, he is. Hello, Kaz. A lot of people in the pits right now. They're making their final preparations to do their last run.
Final preparations and possibly final little tweaks to the setup, as they may want less of front wing or a little bit more front wing.
Yep, making sure all the fuel is out of the car so that it's the lightest it can be for the final lap. And don't be like me, the 1 or 2 times I actually do qualifying and forget to change the tires. But very clean lap so far from Josh.
Very clean lap, but apparently he's 1.8 seconds off his actual PB. I don't know if that was the case for you.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's around about 2 seconds down on his lap, so I think this is actually an in lap because he is on low fuel.
Yeah. Oh, he was one of the few people on track, so yeah, it's in lap.
Raff then in the other Red Bulls currently a 10th up in sector 2 there, Matt.
And he touched the curb. And he saved it. He didn't touch anything. That's nice.
I mean, there's no... doesn't get beached.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot who that happened to. I think it was Grumpy and FP last season. He got beached and got disqualified. Oleg just started the lap.
Things, will the Red Bull driver actually get another run? Because there's only 2 minutes left, and he's probably not got that much fuel left in that car.
Nah. And then you don't want to do another lap on the tires because the softs die early here. I mean, there's no chance at a puncture with no damage on, but you still want to have... Oh, and that's invalid from Oleg. You still want to have decent lap times and decent grip, so... Go on board with Skeeven here.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of traffic right now. He's gone down to 0 ERS, so I think the traffic actually cost him a little bit of time, so I think he's going to wait for another lap as he moves out of the way.
Sounds good. He's got plenty of time, so...
Plenty of time, but he ain't going to have plenty of tyre life in the race, so he's probably going to have to pit around about lap 6 and go to the mediums, as actually one of the Mercedes are actually fighting the Red Bull. Both Mercedes are actually fighting the Red Bull, actually.
It looks like Vettel has started the lap. This will be the first of the final runs. Vettel, our host tonight, who's nice enough to host the lobby so everybody could get in and have you race tonight. It's always tough trying to find a good host when you don't have admins for a certain race. But Big C found a good host, and we're on our way tonight.
Oh yeah, that's good to have a person actually step up to that, and unfortunately invalidates on his time. So
yeah, so he'll start.
Looks like he is going to be 18th.
18th, yeah. Unless Hype's time, Vettel will start 19th.
Oh yeah, as long as he sets a time and actually beats Vettel's lap, then yeah.
And Raf has said in the chat he ran out of fuel.
That's a shame.
Yep. Really long lap, and you want to get as little fuel as possible in the car. And if you make a mistake, there's no margin to do a second lap. And Hypes will come around the final corner, and he should beat Vettel's time. 41.3.
Wow.
He beats a lot of people's times. That's
Yeah, he
fifth.
moves. Awesome lap there from him, and he's not behind his technical teammate, who's in third right now. He's actually 1 and a bit tenths up on his lap, so could he break into the 40s and challenge?
Oh, Rafa DNF'd.
Oh, so he isn't actually going to do a lower time then. He's done a 40.9, so his first place could be...
Yeah, it's in jeopardy because Elting's coming to the line right now. And he slowed down on purpose.
Will does improve by 1.5 tenths, and he doesn't break into the 40s, which is actually a shame there for him, but he was purple in sector 3.
Yeah, and that's almost as close as you could get to the 40s. Very nice lap still. Less than a tenth off the pole. Poor with Josh here is currently fourth.
Ooh. That was actually a little bit weird there from Josh.
And he's still fourth.
Yeah, I think he made a mistake in the bus stop because he went in third, and it didn't look like he was happy with the rear end, and the rear end looked a bit loose.
Alright, so after qualifying tonight, we have Rafa on pole, 9,000ths clear of his pseudo teammate tonight, Eltink. Will in third, Josh in fourth, Black Phoenix in fifth, Steven in sixth, Hypes in seventh, Vahanen in eighth, B43 in ninth, GFO in 10th, Dylan in 11th, Panos in 12th, Steve in 13th, Raf in 14th. Don't know how to say that. I'm going to call him Mix. Mix in 15th, Panda in 16th, Oleg in 17th, Alex in 18th, Vero in 19th, and I didn't see the last name. Pro.
Yeah, that's the guy in 20th.
Hey, Fran. Oh, there it is. You owe me $10 to dry race.
Well, we all knew it was going to be dry, but
You still accepted the bet.
yeah, we'll let Sondre pay for that one.
Sounds good. I'll send him the PayPal details later.
Let's wait for everyone to actually load their setups or whatever they're doing. Getting their fuel loads.
Yep.
Hopefully there is no glitch.
Making sure everybody's on the soft tire. I repeat, soft tire. In my eval race, we had 2 or 3 people starting in mediums.
But no one's starting hards yet. I haven't seen, so...
Well, hards are useless here.
There's the pit stop strategy then coming up for me. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Yeah, it'll pop up eventually for me. Just like lap 7 or 8, right?
Yeah.
And everybody is on the softs.
To see that.
There is lap 8 or 9 for the meet.
Oh, that's both moves being disqualified.
Hey, look, the JML teammate guys gave each other a hug and they disqualified themselves from the formation lap.
Also noticed actually you can't select them anymore like you used to.
Yeah, you have to hit X, then scroll, then hit X again. And it's like...
Oh, gonna have to get used to that. Yeah, I think both Alfa Romeos are going to run away with it.
I don't know.
I still think Rafa's going to be on top step.
Will wasn't that far off in quality.
True.
Might undercut them, and you never know.
Yeah, that's true, because Undercut is actually strong round here.
Well, yeah, because the lap's like 36 miles long.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. think. I forgot what it was. I think it's like 4.3 or something. 4.2 miles.
Yeah, probably something like that. Very long track though.
Yes, it is. I want to say it's the longest formation lap on the season, but I think that might actually go to Singapore.
Yeah, I think that is actually right. Singapore would be the longest formation. It is the longest wet race.
And that's the longest
So,
race in general, too, because it's so many damn laps, and the lap times are almost the same as here.
although this circuit has a lot more overtaking opportunities than Singapore, so
True. Well, you know, Singapore has a lot more walls. You could overtake somebody who's trying to hug those lonely walls, because, you know, walls need love, too. I like the tire barriers here. They kind of look like Legos.
correct. There's Rafton lines up in pole position with technically teammate in second and Will in third. Ferrari engine supply then in the top three.
Yes, they are. Here we go. 5 red lights. And the evaluation race has started. Let's go, boys. And apparently Alex is leading already.
Yeah, actually,
The Haas down the inside. I don't know who's actually leading because the grid thing's broken. Because Vettel and Alex are not in front.
Rafa's actually leading. Will's second, and actually Gaz is actually third. But now Will's actually challenging Rafa already side by side on the straight, and there's actually the two Williams not that far behind.
And Eltink got nowhere to go. He's boxed in. And the blue flags are out already. That's good to see that the lobbies are still broken. Thank you, Cody's. You're the best. Hey, now the grid's... Oh, Will's in the grass.
And Pro's gone off. He went off there. Same place me and Ushin actually collided one of the seasons. Pro won't be happy with that, and he's going to have to pull those tyres off as quick as possible.
Yes, he will. As Eltink is gotten back by Black Phoenix after Black Phoenix had bested him for P3. But Will out in front as he got the jump on Rafa into turn 1 and has held up since. Very, very, very close at the front. No major gap until 12th place.
Well, even that, 12th place, not even that much.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, he's dropping on the grid.
He's in 17th, and now drops to 18th as Dylan actually overtakes him.
And Will lead lap 1. Will. Oh, and now Josh is leading. Skeven in second. Love this game.
That's good to see though. Will is in front, Rafa then is in second, but also we're going to pay back the fare what Will did to him in lap 1. And overtake one straight with overtake. And not with DRS. For some reason DRS says it's active on mine.
Am I missing something? Because it says we're on lap 3 already. I'm pretty sure this is lap 2.
Yeah, this is lap 2. I was going to say, because it said DRS was on. And
yeah.
Yeah, it is lap 2. It says we're a lap ahead. So I guarantee when it comes to lap 22, it'll be...
Oh, see, 22. Now it's lap 2. Please fix your goddamn game before we start league racing tomorrow.
Nice Cody's for you.
And a penalty for mix there.
Will's apparently 1700s off, Rafa. That isn't 1700, that's at least a couple of tenths.
Well, it says for me 6 tenths.
Right. What we're going to say though, Matt, I'm very surprised how close this grid is. Like, when we did ours, me and Sonny did our variation race, the gap was quite big. So I was actually one of the clouds have gone off.
And that would be Alex. Oh. Verheyen around the outside, but B43 holds him off for 7th. He loses the back end, so he may pay the price. As Hypes is on his inside as they head down into turn 1. And it looks like Hypes will get the job done. And so will Raph, as Raph moves up in the 9th in Red Bull. And just goes to show one little mistake can cost you quite a bit of time.
But he's coming back low in the Renault.
Oh,
he's going to go 3 wide.
3 wide. That would be exciting. And he wisely backs out there.
There's Raph there. Has a little bit of contact there with Hypes. He can go side by side there if you're a little bit slower, but he just wants to stay ahead of him. And yet again, a lot of people lock up in this hairpin corner.
I think it's because they're trying to turn at the same time, that's why. But Will has gotten back by Rafa, which we missed while we were watching his 3 wide battle there. And Eltink is right on the back of Rafa, so Rafa's got to look in his mirrors while he attacks.
That's true, of course. As Rafa there is actually a bit tense off, but actually Hypes has gone round.
Did he touch that curb?
I think he touched the exit curb and gone round, which on last year's game wasn't that deadly, but this year it is. And traction isn't, I would say, easy as last year's.
Yeah, I remember during the beta, people were saying that no traction feels like full traction. My question to those people are, if you never use full traction, how do you know what full traction feels like? Hey.
Drops to 18th.
And he's got to cool them tires down too after the spin. As Rafa's going to have DRS here. That's not the camera angle I want. He's got the overtake button and another bad camera angle around the outside. Oh, Will's around.
Yeah, there was contact with Rafa. It looked like Rafa didn't actually give him that much space, to be honest. I was on board with Kaj, or Zelting. Just a tiny little touch and just spins him around, and he drops all the way to 12th, and he won't get through the lap.
He's not going to be happy with it. And if I'm not mistaken, that is Will Murdoch. So
be annoyed.
We know he is quick, so let's see how fast he could come back through the field.
Of course, this gives now the Alfa Romeos a chance to break away, or even a fight between these two. As I noticed when Rafa was actually trying to pass Will, Eltink just stayed behind, not using his overtake to catch up. He was just letting them fight. So if one of them made a mistake like it happened, he could easily make a position out of it.
Exactly. Very, very close intervals throughout the whole grid. Do you think Eltink will have something for Rafa here at the end of the main straight?
Well, Rafa has more ERS, but Eltink's going to have DRS, so I think he's going to have a chance to try and close up, but I don't think he's close enough to actually make the overtake yet. But he may be thinking about the undercut and try and actually just beat him through raw pace and get the position by the pit stops.
Ooh. Same reaction there. Caught that curb just a bit. Good save, though.
That's what I mean, like the curbs this year, like those kind of curbs last year, you could literally ride them, you won't spin out. And this year, they're a little bit more deadly, but it might be set up based on, so...
True. That'd be a little right height adjustment, right, to fix that?
Yeah, I think it will be. I'm not the best person, actually, on setups. That would be Blizzard, actually. You'll have to tell me on that.
Oh, good old Blizzard.
Good old Blizzard. Gotta say though, Josh Steggs managed to keep up with Rocco, or was Phoenix, in third. And Phoenix actually doing quite well actually in third. I was actually surprised how quick he actually is, since he's been off the game for a bit. And Right now he's keeping up with Rafa and the Alfa Romeo by a little bit, but I think in the next couple of laps they're going to break DRS, and as I said, I think the Alphas are going to run away with it.
Oh, early pit stop for Josh. One of the trickier pit lanes to get into is so tight and narrow there that you gotta really try to avoid that wall, or you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, yeah, that is true, of course, and then we're going to have to deal with Hanoi and Zandvoort when they do come, because they're not the best pit lanes and pit entries and exits. As Hanoi, it's actually goes on the racing line, so
I have a feeling that throughout all 100 divisions, as we have a side by side, as Eltink gets the lead from Rafa. As I was saying, with all 300 divisions we're gonna have, I don't think we're gonna have more than 6 or 7 finishers in any of those Hanoi races. People are gonna make a lot of mistakes on their own and slapping the walls around there.
that's true, of course. We've got yellows in sector 2, and I think that was the McLaren, I believe. Yeah, it was the McLaren of William or Steve. He has gravel on his right front tyre and a little bit on the left, so I think he's either gone off on the gravel and didn't spin out, or as he gets overtaken by the Mercedes and hits his rear end there. Very lucky not to spin out.
And it's about that time where everybody's gonna want some fresh rubber. So, oh, and we have a lag out. I'm sure he will return.
Yeah, he's actually got the rev glitch, which is still a thing on this game, which I thought it was patched by now, because it's been 3 games where that's been a thing.
Yeah, you gotta love how they never fix anything. And there goes Eltink into the pits.
So he's doing the undercut then. As Black Phoenix says, actually caught up to Rafa a little bit more now, actually, as well.
Actually,
he was 7 tenths off Eltink, and now he's 6 tenths off Rafa.
yeah, I wanted to say that Rafa wanted to pit there, but obviously he couldn't since the leader, who is his teammate, pit. So the double stack would not have been wise. So he will pit this lap.
Yeah, that's true, of course, but it's not that bad, really, for 1 extra lap on an overcut, as sometimes I believe Michael Schumacher, if he's trying to get past him, can't get him past the track, he'll do it on a pit stop and increase his pace. So Rafa could try and increase his pace by a little bit and push a little bit more and try and get some more time on those tyres, and then to pitch this lap and try to keep the lead before Eltink's undercut works out to be the best strategy at the moment.
And speaking of the mistakes from earlier when we were talking about them, Will had dropped down to 12th and he's back up to 5th as the pit stops start to cycle.
Well, yeah, that's true, of course. If I was them, actually, I would have pitted when they had contact, really, because mediums can go to the end anyway.
Yeah.
From this distance, so probably would have been better to do the undercut on Rafa, try and close a little bit more time and avoid traffic, because he had to get through that traffic with that spin, so he's going to lose a lot of time from Rafa there, as I believe Rafa will peel into the pits this lap.
And Eltink will follow. Oh, Eltink looking to make another pass. Sound like somebody hit the pit road wall. I heard the clunk.
Oh, I think Eltink's actually got him. Yeah. After there's been jumped, Elton then took 4th place, net lead, but currently in 4th, and will be challenging Josh soon, who... Actually, Josh is still the net lead, actually. I didn't actually realise this.
Yeah, I was waiting for you for it to click. The little hamster running around the wheel there finally got it.
So both Alfa Romeos are being undercutted, so Josh is on a very good pit stop and some good pace, and he's in the lead right now.
But still very, very close. As Panos is, according to the little ticker thing, there it is. He just goes side by side with Oleg, at least. I'm surprised the AI didn't pit for Vahanen since he was still not here.
Yeah, that is true, of course. As well as I did notice earlier, actually was already ghosting when he was here, so I don't know if that was actually for everybody on track. So, he's still got that revenue engine glitch.
Panos with a penalty.
You don't want to rack too many penalties. You don't want to be the bottle hog and getting disqualified on lap 16.
He's gonna need a new nickname that's penalty related.
That is true. Probably think of something for him.
And there's Vahanen.
Maybe fine then, so hopefully he can get control of his car.
And everybody is now in the pits, so this. Am I saying things, or is Olek on 8 lap old mediums? As well,
That's
it's
that
mixed.
tire glitch again.
Yes, I want to see 50 lap old tires at the end of a 22 lap race. That's what I love to see in this game.
I remember I did a stream for somebody. I actually said a person was on 22 laps old, medium when he only just pitted. So, ooh, Josh makes a bit of a mistake with that corner. Lost the rear end a little bit, then we lost a little bit of time. Unfortunately, Kaz actually, or Elting, wasn't playing ball basically, and didn't really capitalise on that little mistake. He gained probably a tenth, but he possibly could have gained a little bit more if he paid attention.
I don't know about you, but I have no intervals on my screen right now.
Yeah, I have the exact same. It's because people have pitted and because the Renault driver has returned. It'll fix itself when everyone's crossed the finish line, hopefully.
I was doing comms for a race yesterday, and when somebody rejoined after lagging out, the VSC came out when they rejoined the car. You gotta love this game. Oh, here we go. Here comes some more intervals as they cross the lines.
I'm going to say that Rafa's the only one who's smart. Sorry to interrupt you there, but Rafa's the only one who's smart against all these guys in this train. He's roughly got 70% more ERS than that.
Oh, yeah. He knows he's going to need it later on to pass these guys, and he's got the overtake on. He's got to run, but I don't know if he has enough time. Oh, no. 3 wide. Not going to work there. Josh will keep the lead. And Rafa gives Eltink a little tap to keep him going. Oh, bump drafting. Black Phoenix right in the back of Rafa now, too.
That's true. Remember, guys, it's not NASCAR, it is Formula 1, so.
Yeah, bump and run. There's no damage on. There's no stored reports either. Go for the gold. And Skeeven's caught up to the back of this lead pack as well, too, now.
Yeah, he actually has caught a lot. He was running about a second and a bit off Rocco's Phoenix, and he's actually caught up quite quickly, but that's probably because he's been behind his train and they've been in dirty air. But now Skeeven's in that dirty air, and he's probably not going to be able to get past Phoenix at the moment because he's going to get the ERS off Rafa, and vice versa with Phoenix and Rafa.
Yep. And Josh is just a sitting duck with no DRS. So you have.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say he's gonna have to use more battery to make sure he stays out front.
Yeah, that's also true as well. But he's actually, for the past couple of laps, he's actually managed to keep the front as he's been getting an awesome exit out of turn one compared to Eltink, whose only chance he had a good run in was last lap, which was possibly for a late lunge, which could have ended disastrous for Rafa.
Oh. GFO looking to make a move on Raf, and he dives it, and he spins.
the wall. Button and Hamilton crashed in 2009.
Mixed on 12 lap old mediums already, even though we're on lap 11. Man, some people just have the powers in this game. They can do things no one else could do.
Oh, that's Oleg. JML Oleg has actually made a mistake. For some reason I don't know what he's doing. I think he was actually just waiting to let Pro back through so he can get back on track safely, but he was ghosting, so I don't know.
Well, it's good to see that people still respect the rejoin safely. Because in league races, too often you see somebody rejoin real quick just to get back on track, and it doesn't end well for many people.
Yeah, I've seen that. Of course, a lot of times actually I've seen where they have ghosted, and for some reason the crash damage model still registers and it spins them out, which quite a few times with two drivers in my PSGL career where they've ghosted, and apparently I've touched them in this one out. So it's good that he's playing it safe and rejoined safely, and he's in 18th at the moment.
Actually, it probably wouldn't hurt for the back few guys just to like slow down and create windows so they could do some good laps with clean airs so they could get accurate lap times in. Since it doesn't matter who wins today, as GFO on the outside of Mix, and he'll get the job done. Into 9th he goes after his mistake last time through that area.
Yeah, and he actually didn't lose that much time to Raf either, and he's only 4 seconds behind, so I think he'll be raging, but he'll be raging with charge to make a little error there, and to try and close up on Raf.
But the top four are still close enough to throw a blanket over.
Stevens no longer in that train anymore. He's actually lost a little bit of time, possibly maybe saving a little bit of ERS.
Quite possibly. He's not that far off at DRS, so I'm sure he could pop back in soon. Especially with Phoenix getting dirtier off the other guys.
Well, he's did another 43. Sorry, 45, 3. He's only a couple hundredths off his time.
And how quickly we're down to 10 laps to go here.
Well, time has flown by.
Yeah.
But are we actually on lap 13 or are we on lap 12?
Oh, we're on 13. Yeah, we could be on lap 16. Who knows, according to Mix. I mean,
They did say at the start, on lap 2, we're actually on lap 3.
yes. But the grid is straightening itself out. That was when the well, not the back markers, but the last place guys were leading.
It still is amazing me how Josh is still up in front.
I don't know, I mean, if it was an actual league race, I think the guys behind him would be trying harder to pass, but everyone knows what we're here for, so they're not going to do anything dumb.
That's true, of course. And JML, like, I think he's here for donuts, basically, because that's twice. He's spun at the same place, spin a full 360. Exact same place.
I mean, he is on 16 lap old mediums on lap 13. It's that super tire wear. Skeeven's back in the DRS. As he says, the fastest lap of the race for 44.6.
That's a good lap there from him, and maybe that's what he was trying to do, actually, just to pull away, drop back a little bit, clean air, and then just go for a quick lap.
Ooh, interesting. Phoenix has actually dropped out of DRS range. Can Skeeven get him here? He's got to run. He's going to try it. And he gets it. Skeeving up in the fourth. But during that exchange... Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I was going to say, during that exchange, they actually lost half a second to Rafa.
Oh, that's not good there. I think Ref actually was using Ultic. I was on board with Phoenix when you were actually on board with that battle. Phoenix didn't use DRS, his overtip one at all. He had like 8%, so I think he was thinking, well, there's no point using it because I'm just going to run out and it's not going to help me to my race pace on the rest of this lap. But Ski will be happy. He's in fourth with the fastest lap, so his next victim will be Rafa if he can close up. Gap around about now is 1.5 seconds.
Yep. We'll see what he could do. Skeeven is usually one of the top guys in PSGL. And Rafa's all over the back of Iltink. Might be going for a move here into the bus stop. Oh, a little contact there. As the Alphas hug, and Rafa into second. So 8 laps to go now, and Josh still leads. Hasn't been able to break the DRS yet, but he's still up front.
Well, now he's got a wicked driver actually as well to challenge him, because maybe there was team odds between the Alphas. They just do the switch and on the Alpha, Rafa there to get the move on Josh and pull away and actually try and set some representative lap times.
Yeah. And Williams has left. It's been a pretty interesting race so far. A lot closer than we thought it was going to be.
Oh, a lot closer. Well, it was a lot closer to start, where it was basically 10-car train, but still close with a few little battles. No one's retired or anything. No one's actually started on the wrong tyre or anything like that. And it's been a very interesting race with overtakes and spins. As then Alex has lost it and reset the track. Lost the same places. Oleg lost it as well. So a lot of people struggling with that curve near the hairpin. I don't know what corner that is on turns.
Is that the one that has the gravel on the left side?
Yeah, it's after that little after the long straight with the DRS, goes into a little chicane, then has another right hand corner.
So how confident with 7 laps to go are you with your prediction that Ref would win by 20 seconds?
Very confident, Josh. If you're here, and just slow down the car, be a safety car, let Rafa through, and 20 seconds gap. I think that'll be fair. But jokes aside, I think now that 20-second I thought Rafa would have got, and I've been actually surprised how quick these drivers have been compared to Rafa, as Rafa would have been up there. But guy who surprised me a lot is both Williams drivers, Josh and Phoenix. Very surprised they've kept the pace all the way through the races. I've seen racing other leagues and haven't been this fast, so it's good to see.
And Panos has just gotten by Panda. This will give the rest of the grid some love, so we've been watching the front for half the race. So. Oh, little wide there.
Say, Alex and William, both McLarens have gone softs. William's not in his car, but Alex is. I thought it was soft to medium. Not soft, medium, soft.
Yeah, it's soft to medium. I'm sure they will take note that some people can't follow directions. Simple directions that are been written out and asked about and repeatedly asked about and repeatedly answered, and they still can't follow direction. So
17 now. Still in the lead, but Rafa's closed up a little bit more. However, Skeeven's closed up the gap to Elton. 1.1 seconds.
Oh, I was going to say Hypes is looking for a move into the bus stop, but he backed out of it. Eltink is... Oh, Rafa with a penalty. I was going to say Eltink's up on his time by almost a tenth and a half after the first sector.
I think there's going to be a lot more penalties this year for PSGL for a lot of people by cutting corners and that. It's our last year's game since they are strictest pastime. It's up for 3 seconds, as I say about strict penalties with the exceeded track limits, which I like and not like at the same time, as sometimes it can be a bit unfair and then sometimes it's fully deserved, and it's great to see which that is the thing and it can actually spice up the race a little bit more.
Yeah, and we know everybody loves a spicy race. Man, these top three guys just pretty much holding their hands around the track. The gaps don't really fluctuate that much.
Is it Neil if we'll actually catch a B4?
He should be. He's on fresher tires. Well, if that number's right. He's on fresher tires. So he mixes on those 26 lap old tires, man. Those tires are the MVP. Driver of the day, 53 lap old tires. And Dylan with a penalty. Ooh, big save from Eltink as he touched that curb and survived.
I just called out there on the stream delay, and because I was watching the battle between Panda and Panos. Panda then makes the overtake. He was up to the 12th, but I don't think it's going to be for long that he's going to lose that position again. As it looks like these two have been fighting outside the side, and there's a red ball off. That's Raf. He got a penalty earlier. He went off into that deadly corner.
He did the same thing in qualifying too. Rafa's closest he's been in a few laps. 3/10. 4 laps to go at the line. And when they start lap 20, you'll have to commentate to me going through the menus, and I gotta, get the times and stuff. There comes Rafa. What a run! Holy Jesus!
And it's finally been broken. Josh has not lost the lead. Rafa then finally gets done.
And Josh has had it for about 10 laps now.
As Alex is still on softs and actually hasn't beaten the fastest lap somehow.
I mean, he did spin.
Oh, did he spin on his fast lap attempt?
Yeah, remember the yellow came out and you said it was the McLaren?
Yeah, but that's before he pitted.
Oh.
So, the fast lap is on by Will with a 44.5 and mediums.
Well, he's coming to the line now, so we'll see if it pops up.
He's just done a 46.3. I understand the other McLaren, the reason why he doesn't suck is his AI, it's not actually him.
Yeah. Oh, he never came back, huh?
Yeah, no, he never came back, I haven't seen him return.
Alright, they are starting lap 20. I am going to go through the race directors for the Big C. You let me know if anything exciting happens.
Well, Pro's actually just lost it in that deadly curb in the AlphaTauri and loses the position to Oleg, who's in 17th now. We'll keep an eye out for the front. Rafa's already put a second to Josh. And I think it's thinking about making a move, possibly.
He's turning it up, it looks like. Holy Jesus. Sandra would be proud of the amount of penalties I'm seeing in this damn race director. That mixed guy is probably one penalty away from disqualification.
Well, the Bottlehauger can get disqualified at certain tracks.
Then Vahanen has absolutely no warning since lap 1. Wow. Panos is probably one penalty away from disqualification as well.
Actually, the Alfa Romeo of Kaj, I think, has actually made a massive mistake through the chicane, gone off onto the gravel and lost position to Skeven, and lost a lot of time to Josh, and drops down to 4th. So he's going to have to pull off his tyres, save a little bit of ES because we're going to be starting the penultimate lap. Rafa's already put a gap to Josh to 1.3, and Josh has put a gap to Skeven 1.1. Skeven's got a gap of a second. KJ and Phoenix in 5th, it's 2.3 seconds behind, and 6.1 seconds off the leader currently. There's a racing point. That is before he's lost it. In 7th there, Matt.
I guess he reset the track. Oh. He totally missed that chicane.
Oh, and he gets 10 seconds. So we said the 10 seconds still wasn't a thing, but he gets the 10 seconds.
Well, there's a difference. He totally cut that corner. And he retired. You're supposed to finish the race.
Oh.
And you also retired on track. Do we not follow directions, people?
B4, it doesn't then, as Rafa is 7/10 now off his lap, so I think he's on a cool down lap. Just basically trying to bring the car home.
Yeah. Or maybe he's going for one last hurrah at the end.
Elamanda says OD. I'm guessing that OD is for Eltink either making a mistake or B43
B43
in the corner and retiring.
Oh, big lockup from GFO.
There's going to be a lot of pressure from Hypes.
It is. Josh might be under pressure from Skeven on the last lap as well. Even in a race we're supposed to get no retirements, we still find a way to get one.
Don't understand if it was a gearbox failure, because I know that is, even with damage off, people can still do that, but manually retiring? Yeah.
Weak sauce, man. Weak sauce. Hypes is going to the outside of the bus stop. A little wheel banging. Goes very deep. And more wheel banging, and around he goes.
Well, if I was here, I thought I would have given him a bit more space there. He was there. He was still attempting the overtake, and just like Ferrari there just didn't see him and just turned right into him.
And while we were chatting about that, Skeeve just blew by Josh. And Rafa has a 1.7 second lead on the final lap.
Come on, but you can still get a 20-second lead. Come on, I can believe it. Come on. Press the NOS button, you know?
Oh, there you go. Skeeve just got a penalty, so that's 4-second lead. I'm pretty sure Rafa has one penalty as well, though.
Yeah.
There were a lot of penalties scrolling down that grid.
Does Josh have a penalty, or is he immune to penalties, and will he actually be able to win it on 5 penalties?
I don't remember. I don't feel like going to the race director again. But it should be fun watching all the positions change at the line.
Yeah.
there's some people in there that's got like 21 seconds of penalty, so they're gonna free fall. But here comes Rafa through the bus stop for the final time, and winner of evaluation race number 9 is going to be Rafa. Skeven in second, Josh in second, Eltink in second. Anybody else want to get second? Oh, Black Phoenix in fourth. Will in sixth.
JFL then will be taking 7th.
Yeah, I think he's one of the guys that has 20 seconds of penalties. Let's see if
No, I
that
think so,
gap
he's
says
probably
35 seconds when he crosses the line. No, oh, no penalties. Hypes in 8th. Mix on his 500 lap old mediums. Here's all the position changes. Verheyen up to 8th because he left and got no penalties.
Oh no, he returned. He did return. So maybe that.
Yeah, but to get no
that
warnings the whole race.
Yeah, maybe that glitch is still the same.
And Vettel will come home in 15th. Standard day at the office for Vettel in real life. Pro will come through in 17th. And Alex will be the last car to cross the line that's still here. He was able to pass. Yeah, he was able to pass William and gap him by 22 seconds in the same lap.
Actually, I think when Rafa did cross line, I did see McLaren exit the pit, so I think that actually was William. Maybe that was probably the reason.
Ah, that could be possibly. And Vettel, driver of the day, giving it to the host. Selfie. And Alpha 1-2 to Williams for the third step. And that is an interesting podium that if you put money on and it happened in real life, you'd be one rich person. But the final rundown tonight is Rafa, as predicted, with the win. Eltink in second, Josh in third. Oh, if Eltink didn't make that mistake, he had no penalties, he might have won. Black Phoenix in fourth, Skeven in fifth, Will in sixth, GFO in seventh, Verheyen in eighth, Rafa in ninth, Hypes in 10th, Dylan 11th, Mix in 12th, Panda 13th, Panos 14th, Vettel 15th, Olek in 16th, Protus in 17th, Alex in 18th, William Steve in 19th, and the one retiree, B43, will round out the grid. Well, that certainly was a fun race. Anybody surprise you from what you thought would have happened?
I'm going to say both Williams drivers surprised me the most. Actually keeping up at one point with Rafa, and I think that it was awesome to see, and congratulations to Rafa winning, and unfortunately I felt him for making that mistake, who could have won the race with 0 penalties.
Yeah, I mean, well done by all, and fastest lap will go to Will in the end with a 44.0. So well done to that as well. And that'll be it for us tonight for Neon and Demon. We're out until we find out our allocations for commentary. Possibly will be a duel for a Monday Night League, and we look forward to that. But thank you for joining me tonight, Mr. Neon. And yeah, everyone switch over to the 3 other streams that had started 10 minutes ago. There's 3 more evaluation races tonight. Wednesday, there is the announcement for the placements, which Connor, Mr. Elamanda, and Aaron will be doing. So tune in to find out what division you will be racing, or what division your friends will be racing, depending on who's watching the stream. Everyone take care and stay safe, and we'll see you when the season starts. Goodbye.